Angel Gang, gang. I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, night. Welcome to Psi Divine. For those of you who've never seen my channel before, thank you for coming by and taking interest. My readings are different because I'm a remote viewer before tarot reader. So, as I say on the headline of the channel, in the graphic, I'm a student for life. So I'm always learning new ways to connect to source data. Now, I did say this a day ago that I wanted to do a reading for what I'm going to call the anti-guide. If you've been to the channel more than once, you've heard me speak of our spirit guides. Some are here to be a spirit guide. You might be a spirit guide, someone who is here to help the other energies elevate, become better, brighter. You might be a leader, a parent. You have chosen to be of service to other energies. Some do this with an art. I mean, there's just a lot of ways to guide someone, guide many. Sometimes it's guiding them the wrong way, sometimes the right way. But this, I wanted to focus on the anti-guide, the one who came to be of service and then flipped for whatever reason. For whoever needs it, a little clarity and maybe a little comfort. You're not alone in experiencing the anti-guides. They're everywhere, okay? And they're not the narcissist, the one who's sneaky about it. I'm talking about the ones who started off good and at this point are completely off the rails, not good to walk behind. They become a lesson instead of a blessing. And for some reason or whatever reason, they've chosen to get off the path. Now, usually in my experience, the reason for the anti-guide is ego. It is the one that should be for all, but the one who becomes all about the one being the self. Everything applies to them. It's the person who can run any conversation back around to them, but they started off really good and it was genuine. I'm not talking about the fakers all the way through. I'm talking about the genuine spirit guides who came here to be of service to their people, to their beings, to their other selves. They came to raise spirit, raise vibration. But then that ego became such a delicious intoxicant. It became such a delicious drug, so addictive, they lost their way. And in many cases, might just be downright dangerous to listen to, be around, all that stuff. So that is the anti-guide. All right. Now, does the anti-guide have the ability to flip script? I haven't seen it yet. Maybe that changes in time. I don't know. But for now, I haven't seen it. So let's see if there's a message for whoever needs it for their anti-guide and dealing with the anti-guide. If not outright, controlling the environment to help you, my dear spirit guide, to help you stay on the path by just recognizing the anti-guide as a lesson. Okay? Let's pull some letters. angelic message is a split message for the guide who stays on the path. For the ones who stay on the path and cause no harm, at least without a need to protect oneself. For those who are here to do the work and stay the course, your exit from the physical realm, fine. For the ones who are the anti-guides, they are sad and they leave that way, which means a return to sadness, a return back into this physical realm in sadness. Okay, let's see what else is here. Okay, this one's weird. In this message, I sense the angel guide who came to this realm for the chaos of it all, the experience purely, kind of like being from another planet or another something, and visiting Earth as a tour. I'm sure we've heard the word disc being applied to the planet or the galaxy itself spins. And then, yeah, it's a tour. And here are the vowels, A-E-I-O. What's missing, though? You. And I'm taking this very literally. So this is someone who has the tools, the awareness, the ability to do better, but they're not. At least not, that's not the work. There is no work, it's the experience. For some, the anti-guide in your space is purely having an experience. And a part of their experience is to also have an effect on those around them. And this person is very self-involved, all about them, what they want. So we get the vowels, but what's missing is the you. And sometimes why. This may be a person who leaves other people wondering what the fuck. This is the person who can walk out of a room and drain the energy, as I said earlier. The energy vampire. And this person is all about that mental processing. They think before they attack. This is the long-range planner, the one who can sit around thinking of ways to get energy out of other people, getting people to react to things. The thief, on many different levels. Let's see what else is here. Okay, so what I get here at the end is a task. Doer does 6. The number 6 keeps coming back, along with the vowels A, I, O, U. What's missing here is the E and sometimes the Y. So this feels opposite as the earlier message. And in this, with the E missing, this is ego. Someone's ego is a problem, right? That's the anti-guide. And their purpose here feels like in this message is they're here to do a task. And they're doing what they do. It's kind of like letting the haters hate. This number 6 keeps coming here, so let's start the cards here and see what that 6 correlates to. And this is for anyone who is needing this data. That's who all these letters have been for. Hopefully something, if necessary, came out in the letters for you. Now, in the number 6, there is the person who is irresponsible, the person who has issues with family, friends, the spouse. This indeed can be the angel guide. They are, in the number 6, is someone who is of service, literally. This is someone whose work should be to create balance. They may have jobs where the work is about restoring balance. What else? This person can be, the 6 can be deceptive. The 6 can be greedy. They can be an outright thief. They can leave an unhealthy energy when they're done with you. The 6 can also be a great communicator. They are good with moving their way into groups, joining up with things. They like the unions, they like the togetherness, but only because they intend to control the environment. When they can't do that, well, things change. The 6 does have divine vision. But the ego, again, like drugs, like really good drugs. And this is the guide who has just come here with a task, but has decided that the task, instead of being of service to others, it is of service to self. The 6 has high, opinions and is very controlling. They need to control. And what they cannot control, they avoid. They can be nosy, but again, these things are just about power play. Where can I pull data to use it later? This 6 can be someone who stores data on other people, collects in memory or even in the physical realm things to help them remember certain things. This is a person who's good at stacking data on people, and they just do it with anybody. The 6 wants to always have the upper hand because somewhere deep down, way deep down, like really, really far deep down, they know they're off the path. And because they are, because they enjoy the drunken state in which they are able to hit the snooze button and go back to sleep. Because that's so much more comfortable for them. That's what they do. And instead of doing the job that they came to do, instead of doing the task that they came to do, they instead opt for self. And they have that godlike mentality and may often make themselves a martyr in situations. This may be the person who really needs to win an argument by going to the lowest of the low. Or you're mad at me? Well, I'll just walk off the side of the mountain. This is the person who needs to control everything with their feelings, whatever they'll use. People find it difficult to relax around this person. Although most would crave harmony and healing and cooperation, this person is known to not give it. And they have lots of different levels of secret knowledge. This is a person who can also keep other people's secrets, but but if you do them harm or hurt them, or if they feel they need to protect themselves, the 6 will throw that shit back at you. So let's see what else we got here. Messages for the guides. Messages for you, spirit guides, dealing with your anti-guide at this time. Ooh. Well, this is such a big deck. Some of you are getting a opportunity at this time to get a overall look, an aerial view of the fuckery of your anti-guide. This, you guys want you to know, this person is like a moving tornado, and they will at some point bring greater destruction to themselves. This person cannot grow at this point. Now this person, in the 3 in reverse here, we have somebody who wants to be masterful. This person feels like someone who is very moody, loves to gossip, but truly at the core they're jealous because they don't feel like they can be as great as others. So it's like the person who treats others badly because they envy them. They may envy another person's strength or beauty or anything pretty much. Pick something. This person may also be discriminatory in the way they behave towards others and connections. This person needs to forgive themselves, but they have no idea what forgiveness even means. This person may fabricate things, lie. They may not be the healthiest physically. And most of their relationships end up destroyed. For those of you who are dealing with this person, your spirit, your anti-guide, is at the very base of that drunken elixir of ego. Here they've lost awareness of self, short on feelings, short on love, but they love themselves a lot. So they think. This person thrives on power. Very passionate in their beliefs. Passion is here twice. It's a dominant energy, but at this time, those of you dealing with this anti-guide, you are being given space and clarity in your higher levels of awareness. You're being given this opportunity to see with a different level of vision who this person is, right? In the 7 reversed. In the reverse of this, we get somebody who's insecure, okay? That's the opposite of where you need to be, okay? We want to write that up. So it's seeing the one and making a different decision, okay? Learning to not overthink or walk around with that level of insecurity, thinking oneself into a trap or thinking others into a trap, being closed off, because that does block your future. And there's a test here that perhaps you and your anti-guide need to take. Though you cannot necessarily help them get there, you can improve take your own tests of awareness. And that's just getting your awareness, going, I know what this is. I'm not going to react to it the same way. I'm going to react differently for better health. I'm going to look at these people differently for better health. And you get a reset out of this. An opportunity to take a deep breath, look around and go, wait a minute. Y'all are the crazy ones, not me. And what do the guides want you to know? If this is resonating for you. Messages for those dealing with the anti-guide. Okay, for those of you dealing with the anti-guide, your guides want you to know your anti-guide isn't having fun either. Just as you're not having fun and having to deal with or listen to or make eye contact with, they're not having fun either. This anti-guide, the one that you're thinking of, is just not mature. They're not emotionally mature. This is someone who's going to need to hit quite a few walls in life, or they already have. Here's a cycle, and this is a lesson that you can acquire without having to be an anti-guide. It's understanding different levels of ignorance and not practicing any of them. It's interacting with those who have non-stop, just bad energy. They never quit. It just seems like the battery is solar powered on these people, okay? This is how bad cycles begin. So you are getting an opportunity to see how the anti-guide behaves. You get an opportunity to study the history of your anti-guide in your environment, how they were created, how it began, what was it before they even came into existence. This can be looking at them, their friends, parents, grandparents. What's the history? It feels like some of you have an opportunity at this time to move with intention towards figuring out that data so you don't repeat it. Anything else? And the test comes back. For many of you who are dealing with this anti-guide, you get an opportunity to see how they did not take the test of self-awareness. Not only is it, you got to have the self-awareness, but you have to act on it. That means putting down bad behaviors that cause harm or issues for others. It means moving with logic and care and grace and intelligence. It means watching what it looks like when someone doesn't heal, has no idea that they need to heal, won't admit it at all. And we have 3 and 3. 3, 3, 33. Yeah. So it's definitely something that needs to be dealt with. And it must be dealt with from a creative way, studying your environment, figuring out the easiest way to deal with this person. And you do have the tools. You just must be quiet, pay attention. That really is the key here, okay? Again, and the cards really want you to know that your anti-guide isn't having fun, even if it looks like it. They are dealing with something on the inside that they don't talk about. This person may have had some abuse from their childhood. And for some of you, your anti-guides were sexually abused. In some way or another, they had boundaries crossed. And that makes them run in circles because that was never dealt with. It may make them angry because that was never dealt with. Clarify the 6. For some of you, dealing with this anti-guide has created issues for you with changes, doing new things. It's giving you some issues. It's made you, for some of you, it's made you have issues being steady or punctual. Some of you have issues showing up on time for things. Being timely is difficult. Some of you are prone to accidents, danger, just, confusion. Some of you, from dealing with this anti-guide, have learned how to give up. But it's awareness of it, okay? Throughout all that, you want clarity. You want to do better. Your anti-guide ain't even that far yet. They say it, but they're not even moving towards that. You have awareness of it. You may be moving towards that or ready to, and just unsure of what steps to take. Well, you're still ahead of the anti-guide, okay? So your guides want you to avoid this cycle coming back around again, because the cycle is in reverse here, but it's right side up here. Turns itself right up. And this is strength, okay? This is courage. This is recognizing the weakness of others and not copying that, breaking that cycle, not being afraid to move forward, thinking instead of leaping off the edge of the rooftop about everything. And the great place to start on your journey, guide and guidesses, is in this 4. And it's about doing better. Doing better, not wanting it. It's about operating from a place of gratitude. And you can start with being grateful that you are not an anti-guide. You have an opportunity to be and to remain more awake than the others. It will be more painful because you're more aware. So now that you know, it hurts a little more because you're more awake than the anti-guide, who's completely sleepwalking through a lot, through everything. Your being a little bit more awake makes you aware of when you stump your toe, makes you more aware of when your heart is hurting, makes you more aware of being confused, makes you more aware that why aren't the others asking the same questions you're asking? Okay? You're just more aware. You're more awake. And therefore, you do have the ability to express gratitude for being in a heightened state of intelligence. That heightened state of intelligence allows you to be a visual, on-time manifester, not someone who dreams and hopes your dreams come true. You have the ability to manifest, make it happen. The magician, it's all in your hands because you are more aware, right? The dreamer creates things that they are illusions. There's some realness to them, but most of their dreams are illusions. They're manifestations. They come, they go. But for the guide and the guidess, gratitude can be a place that you can exist in forever. And from there, you begin instantly to do better. Any other messages? Wow. And most importantly, your guides want you to love yourself. Isn't that nice? Love yourself. That is the next step right after. Anything else? Wow, what a beautiful reading. All right. Now, once you break that cycle, spirit guide, we have 666, gives us 18. From that, we get 9. But we run that 8 and 1 together, we get that 9. So we go from 8 to 9. And that is choice to move there, okay? That's understanding those issues with the others, getting control of our emotions, getting control of the things that we become dependent on. Even the anti-guides, you can be dependent on a certain type of chaos. If you came into the world around people who were fighting physically, verbally, didn't communicate, didn't talk, blah, 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 pick something. There's a high probability you exhibit that behavior now. You impress that behavior upon others. You have trouble, the exact same trouble you saw. All you know how to do is, repeat. If you've only seen one thing, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Your guides want you to know that you are a spirit guide having a human experience in angel school. Welcome. For those of you who've known you were in angel school, I ain't talking to your ass. Sit down. Now, for the new guides who are becoming aware of their awareness, understand you are a great creator. You can even create sadness. And all it takes is focus. Okay? So we want to get our focus onto the things that we're grateful for. We can start with, again, grateful I'm not this fixed energy. Okay? And here's our 6. Here's our 6. Run this card closer. Okay? Just so you can see it. There's your 6. And there's your 6. So, remember, if you're the new guide, you have been taught how to be easily distracted. Okay? So focus is something that you're going to need to teach yourself, and you must do it ninja style. I always suggest an art, something that requires intense focus on your part, but when you're done, it's completion. You experience the ability to complete, to bring things to an end, to bring turbulent, unfinished things to an end. You learn how to see a project from concept to completion, And it teaches you how to deal with things that are turned in the wrong direction, that which is undone. It teaches you how to grow by creating change. Could be change in art, change in music. Maybe you work on your physical form, whatever. Something that you can really just dive into and feel good with and accomplished when you're done. Angel guides must have that. You must be creative and find a way to get that anti-guide energy off of you. It's sticky and gooey, okay? In loving yourself, you get proper alignment, soul alignment. That's proper balance for that chaos and that grace, because you need them both. It teaches you where peace is at in your life, and it exists for everyone, no matter how noisy or chaotic your environment is. If you are creative enough and determined enough, you can manifest peace and alignment. This comes with the realization of how you can correct the self. Maybe you can't correct the others just yet, but you got to walk through this, situation yourself, okay? And that's the realization. You learn to be optimistic, hopeful, mindful. You learn to be content, even in the middle of the rockiest waters. I just don't think there's anything more important to remember, though, than loving the self, because the anti-guide hasn't even made it that far. They came in with this data. They came in with it, but the ego went from loving the self to loving only the self. Ever. There's nothing else. Can't do anything else. And while loving the self, they wanted everyone else to love them too. And if you don't love them, well, it doesn't matter. They just want the attention, whatever. But this is loving the self, protecting the self, navigating your way through the gossips, learning how to deal with your lack of motivation. It is protection. Just learning how to protect oneself. And this is essential. And the beautiful thing is, the guide who came here to do the work, walk the path, you got the tools. You've had the tools with every lifetime. It's just getting to that place. It's getting to this place here where you get to open that toolbox all the way. Instead of your subconscious occasionally throwing a tool down at you, this is moving yourself into that toolbox of data. Okay, wait a minute. This is how I deal with them. This is how I deal with that person. This is how I deal with them because they're asleep. Okay. And if you need to, legit look at the people around you who you know are anti-guides as sleepwalkers. Would you engage in a fight with someone asleep? You would probably guide them back to a comfortable place and go back about your business. Oh, you're sleepwalking. Let me help you get back to bed. You probably would not engage in battle unless it was to protect yourself because they was having a nightmare. And for some, you were a part of the anti-guide's nightmare, but you're awakened now. So we can use the tools given, right? All of us can do that. And even the sleeping ones can do it if they choose to wake up during this lifetime. But I don't think everybody's energy is fixed to do that. I think some are purely here for the experience and do not have the coding to wake up. You do. That's why you're here. All right. So, for those who needed it, I hope that was helpful. I really do. I hope that was helpful. Use your powers. And shh. For those who felt comfortable and good with that message, I hope that it empowers you. I hope it encourages you and gives you that little rocket boost to get through dealing with the anti-guides, because they are indeed quite a drain and a strain. Never forget, though, what your guides are messaging to you is they are a task doer, sent here to do what a task doer does, which is resonate, outpour, throw, shoot spitballs of 6 energy at all of the others, family, friends, spouse, irresponsibility, the perfectionist-minded, the one who came to be of service to others but was of service to self, the one who should be protecting others but only protects themselves, the one who needs a stage. This could be a parent for many of you. For many of you, this is someone in your home. This is someone who should be nurturing, who should have a different behavior system installed, but they don't. They have fucked up coding, okay? This is the opinionated, controlling, codependent one. You are to study this one, take the test, turn the page. This is for you to experience, study, and not emulate, because you, dear guide, must help another get through this exact same experience, the one that you're going through. Most of you will have to help more than one. You will not recognize all of them when they arrive, but you must work yourself through this energy so that you can get to them. You can recognize them when they arrive, and you know how to test them to see who's really here for the data versus who's here to just drain your energy. Okay? So, dear guides, I hope this was helpful to you. Please get your rest and enjoy this life with gratitude. And the sleepwalkers, well, they're doing what they do. This is Psi Divine. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell also for all notifications so you don't miss my lives where I do free readings in case you need more anti-guide data